to the Bring a Trailer challenge, and then say it's Shote.
I will send in the Shote.
Send me one Shote. Hello.
Hello.
How was your GT4 experience?
Spinny.
Do you prefer it to the GR86?
Probably. It's a little bit more controlled, but I'm still working on it.
I think weight transfer is the thing that we can all get better at in this group. But that's not why we're here. We're here for you to make a very important decision for me. Which is... I didn't even do the intro. The Bring a Trailer Challenge segment, where we lift 2 recently completed auctions out of Bring a Trailer within the last 24 hours. Real auctions, real prices, real bids. These were not shills. And then we challenge our drivers to tell us which of these auctions went for more. And your candidates for tonight's show are the 76 Chevy C10 Custom Deluxe pickup, or the 69 Ford F-250 Custom Highboy 4x4. Would you like to know about the trucks?
Tell me more. I'm going to need a lot more.
The Chevy shows 40,000 miles on its odometer, but that is not its original odometer, and so we don't know what happened before then. If you've heard this one before, please stop me. It was sold new by Scott Murphy Chevrolet in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, my home county. And so this is exposed to manure and salt and everything that Four Seasons can bring to it. It's got a 250 cubic inch inline 6 paired with a 3-speed automatic. It was finished from the factory in Hawaii blue with a frost white roof. It was repainted in 2005, also in Pennsylvania. It's got 15-inch steel wheels, recent tires. Work under the current ownership included replacing the vent window assemblies, window crank handles, black carpeting, a retro-style stereo. It has a Bluetooth receiver.
Whoa, that's not standard.
Not something you expect to see in a 76 Chevy, and has custom auto sound behind the seat. It's got a 100-mile speedo, which I think is just lying to itself. Obviously, rear-wheel drive with a turbo hydromatic automatic transmission. Corrosion is noted in the underbody, and there's lots of photos.
Okay.
You are stacking that up with... the Ford. This is 18,000 miles, also on a brand new odometer, so we don't know the true mileage here. This was replaced. The engine was replaced with a 460 cubic inch V8, a C6 3-speed automatic under the previous owner. This one lived in Arizona, so very dry. It's got a clean Montana title now, which seems to be where LLCs purchase cars. Under the current ownership, it got a new steering wheel and a steering column. The horn does not work. This particular 460 cubic inch V8 has been overboard approximately 30 years ago under a prior owner. It's got a 20-gallon saddle tank. The engine was again refurbished then in 2020. And here is the list of things that they have done to the engine. Lunati Voodoo camshafts, Lunati dual valve springs, Comp Cams Magnum roller rockers, a new roller timing set, Wayland Stealth intake manifold, Holley carburetor, L&L products, exhaust headers, and engine mounts, a Magnaflow dual exhaust with a cross pipe, and it's a 69 Ford F-250.
So the choices are a lifted truck where somebody cared a lot about the engine, or a blue one with Bluetooth.
Yeah, no, you've basically summed up the problem statement.
Okay.
But now you have to make a decision.
We'll go with the 1969 then.
Shote says the 1969 Ford F-250 Custom, and the answer is the Ford F-250 Custom, my boy, by quite a lot.
That's a lot.
And at this point, I'm not 100% certain. Like, is that $45,000 of like engine and aftermarket go fast parts?
I think it's it's like that much higher than the other one.
I don't put a whole lot of value in these, like, we take an old thing and make it ridiculous, like that Scout that Drain had to do on Tuesday. Like, I've got a great appreciation for when you resto something and you're trying to make it as close to the original as possible. But then there's a Bluetooth problem.
Bluetooth and engine noises.
And engine noises. In any event, thank you, Shote. That is going to get you 1 point for your Bring a Trailer challenge.
Who's up next?
And that brings us to Conan.
Conan.
Let's get Conan's line items all set up here. Really screwed up my clipboard today. Conan,
No clipboard problems.
are you enjoying your GT4?
Oh, it is so good. It is so much fun.
Did you stick with the AMG?
Yeah, I feel like every time I've gone out and just been like, oh, I'm just going to change my whole setup before I go racing, it ends terribly. So,
I have something for you.
delightful. Ooh.
Your options tonight are a 70 Honda CT70 trail bike, or the green room has just noticed that you have received two motorcycles for your Bring a
yes,
Trailer, and the Honda XL 175 from 1978. On the 70 Honda, that's 3,300 miles shown. 3-speed automatic with automatic clutch, finished in candy gold, chrome suspension, silver finished 10-inch wheels, twist lock folding handlebars, acquired out of a collection by the seller in 2012, now offered at no reserve with a toolkit and a Washington title. So had we done this
Local.
earlier,
Yes,
you
yeah,
could have
I
bought
could
this
have
bike.
That CT90, yeah.
This is the service that I
yeah.
bring to you is regret. Hollow T-bone frame, candy gold, color stuff. 72cc 4-stroke, power to the rear. A Cayenne carburetor was cleaned in October of 24, and further work at the time included changing the oil and replacing the air filter and the battery. The 78 Honda has 1,600 miles shown. Initially sold through Hensley's Cycle Center in Hohenwald, Tennessee. So it's a south or an east bike, depending on your point of view. Original owner, or rather acquired from the original owner by the seller in 24, 173cc 4-stroke single, paired with a 5-speed transmission finished in black, red, orange with white accents. High-mounted plastic fenders, street lighting. The XL 175 is also offered at no reserve in Alabama with initial sales documents, an owner's manual, a toolkit, and a bill of sale. The bike does not have a title, notably, because it is located in a state that does not title motorcycles over 35 years of age.
Yep, this is indeed a thing.
And that's it. There is nothing special or unique about them in any way. They are excellent examples of just what they are.
So this one's interesting because usually the old CT70s and CT90s are like incredibly desirable. Like they're that boomer nostalgia childhood market where people will just spend an incredible amount of money on them. I don't believe that the XL 175 has anything like too special about it. I think these, especially like given that it's a 4-stroke, usually the folks who are really after these are after 2 strokes. I am going to take the flyer and say that the CT70 with slightly higher mileage is the one. And I've been very bad at this lately, so we'll see how this goes. But
Dreisel rolled in. I haven't seen Dreisel here before, and Dreisel thinks that the 1970 is hot. I'm going to give you my cheat sheet for this one, which is that when evaluated on their photography, whoever was selling the 70 Honda actually bothered to get someone with a real frame and a f1.8 lens on that so that they could take a proper picture of their beautiful, beautiful bike. Whereas the 78 is featured with
the finest of Craigslist.
the Toyota Tundra. So with that said, where do you fall, Conan?
I'm going to go with the trail.
The CT70 Trail is what Conan says, and the answer is...
Yes.
By $150.
These are all
that was so
tight.
close.
Yeah, no, this is coin flip. I wish I could say like, oh, I have such a fine touch on the market, but that's somebody got some person over or underdid their medication on the 78 and thusly did not bid, and that was the extent of what was going to happen.
Well, that gets Conan one challenge point.
Excellent. I need every benefit I can get against Derek.
You have some fast friends, my friend. Please bring me goals.
You got it.
What are we doing for goals? Ah, yes.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
This is kind of a fun one.
Hey, hey.
But before we get to that,
Yeah.
how's your GT4 experience?
It's still great. I still really like that car. Yeah, that's a incredibly fun track with some scary fast corners where you really gotta drive well.
I can't get enough of Lime Rock. It's all about like chicane. Okay, yeah, whatever. Chicane. Yeah, whatever. Chicane.
Yeah, the first 3 times I went through that chicane, I was like, this is bullshit. And then the third time I went through it, I kind of like unweighted the car, threw it through there, got on the gas, and I picked up a half a second, and I was like, oh, when you nail it, it's
Epiphany.
amazing.
All right, here's what I got for you. This is a fun one. You have either a 91 Land Rover Defender,
I have to go with the Land Rover Defender.
but you don't even know how many doors it has. The answer is 3.
Yeah.
And a 2016 Land Rover LR4 Landmark Edition, which means something to Land Rover people, I'm sure. Let's talk about what's going on inside these cars. The 91 Defender is a left-hand drive model, 3-door station wagon, which was imported to the U.S. in 2020. The seller got it on Bring a Trailer, of all places, in 21. That is a blue over black vinyl upholstery. It's got LED headlights, which you wouldn't expect for a 1991. Panoramic rear views, NAS-style rear bumper, rock sliders, sawtooth wheels, Bilsteins, a Mud UK dash. I don't actually know what that is.
Jesus.
Pioneer Bluetooth stereo, and rear jump seats. It's a 2.5-liter turbo diesel, inline 4, 5-speed manual with a dual-range transfer case, which means it's probably pretty fun to huck around. It shows 201,000 kilometers on it, so 125,000 miles, offered no reserve. It's been repainted. Wheels, bucket seats, bed liner material has been applied to the floors. It's got a 150 kilo speedometer, but we know that that's never going to happen.
That's a lie.
Inline 4 sends power to all 4 wheels, of course, through the transfer case. Rear diff was rebuilt in 21, water pump replaced in 24, and also the fuel filter and the fuel injectors have been cleaned. Feels relatively well taken care of.
Sure, yeah.
I have this one listed as the other Land Rover.
Yeah.
101,000 miles, finished in Zanzibar metallic over tan leather. Ordered with the heavy-duty package, which is, of course, a dual-range transfer case and a locking rear diff. Landmark Edition trim. So this kind of has all the bells and whistles. 825-watt Meridian sound system, surround camera system, blind spot monitoring, 3-liter V6 on an 8-speed automatic. It had 2 owners in Virginia and Texas before it was acquired by this seller. So you would become the fourth owner of this Land Rover. Clean Carfax report, clean Michigan title. So, weather. Brake vacuum pump was replaced. Power steering pump was replaced. The heated steering wheel had some work done to it. It was factory rated at 340 horsepower. And that's it. It seems to be about what you would expect for a 100,000-mile Land Rover from 8 years ago.
Wow. Oh,
What do you think?
We are deep out of my wheelhouse for this.
We had to do that because apparently you're in your wheelhouse back there.
Yeah, hey, my wheel pod. Boy, howdy. That 91 has a couple of things done to it that give me a question mark, but they are both Land Rovers, and they're both like a statement piece. As a car to own, you don't own one of those if you're like, oh, I want a good, reliable car. You own one of those because you want a Land Rover Defender.
Yes.
And the 90s Land Rover Defenders are everything about that look. But then you've got the LED headlights and the aftermarket rims, which I don't know Land Rover people are going to be totally in love with if you want that look, if you buy that car for the look.
Yeah, it like they look like they tried to Rubicon up their Land Rover.
Yeah.
And I say that as a guy with a Rubicon out in the parking lot. Like, don't do that to your car.
It's a mixed bag. So I'm just gonna, before I commit to one, I'm just gonna say this is 50-50. We don't know where it's gonna go. I'm not making an educated guess here. I'm throwing my hand in the pot. I do like the color on the 91, but there's something dumb about the 2016 that makes me think it's going to be worth more.
There's just something about Zanzibar metallic that's got you.
Yeah. Maybe
right.
it's the tan interior, but I'm going with the 2016.
All right. The guess is the 2016. The answer is $4,000 off, or a little bit over. Not today.
Not my day.
I feel like you should have stuck with your heart on
Yeah,
that one. I think
it's
your
true.
heart was telling you
It really was
the 91.
But I got the frontal lobe misdirection telling me that I should go with the other one because I think it's going to be that one.
So I've got two pieces of bad news for you. The first is that you do not get a challenge point, and the
Yeah.
second is that's actually material tonight. Sorry.
Well, stuff happens.
Bring me Space Punies.
Okay.
Thank you for playing.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Don't give him a championship point either.
I'll do my best.
Space Pony.
What did we do for him? So many pages. Space Punies, still boring as hell to watch. You drive so smooth, and for whatever reason, you're never in traffic.
Well, I was conveniently put out of traffic by the AI pit car, or pitting me at the very beginning, so I went from like 6th or something to dead last.
I promise you we did not tell him to do that. All right,
Rude dude.
this is what I got for you.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. A 21,000 kilometer, because this is a
Is this Canadian?
Canadian.
Ah.
Canadian Prowler, 2001 Prowler, the black tie edition, which I'm going to be honest is still pretty sexy, or a 12,000 mile ZL1 Camaro, which, as I'm sure you know, is the Camaro of that generation, but with a Corvette engine kind of slapped into it so it can do the stoplights. And in theory, some suspension tuning and whatnot. Like let's talk about. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to disparage ZL1 owners out here. But save up for the Corvette. So the Prowler, 2001. This is one of reported 168 black tie edition examples produced. Yes. It's got a 3.5 liter V6, but they will not talk about the power that it's currently producing or original produced, and the reason for that is because it actually wasn't a whole lot. It's not a sprinting car. It's a looker car.
No, those only came in like the 4-speed automatics, didn't they?
And it's a 4-speed automatic transaxle.
not
Again,
good.
finished in Prowler silver and black over agate leather. The equipment includes chrome stagger diameter 5-spoke wheels, black convertible soft top, aircon, cruise control, power windows, door locks, infinity sound system. Current owner got the car in 24, so this is of course a flip. And the Prowler has 21,000 kilos or 13,000 miles on it. It is in Alberta. Other interesting things about it, nothing. It's exactly what it looks like. It is a 13,000 mile Prowler, which for a 23-year-old car ain't bad. The ZL1, which is my last page, so this is awkward. 15 ZL1 was acquired in 2015, and so they've been hanging on to it for a while. Subsequent work done includes fitting of Detroit speed suspension components, a rotofab intake system, a Ron Davis heat exchanger, a methanol injection system,
I need that.
an ATI damper, revised supercharger, pulley VMAX throttle body, a Hurst line lock system, because that's what you do with these. Cook's long tube exhaust headers, high flow injectors, stainless steel brake lines, finished in hot rod red over black and red leather upholstery. The 6.2 liter V8, of course, sourced from the Corvette, 6-speed manual, which is nice with a limited slip out back. 12,000 miles now offered with an owner's manual service record, car cover, and this is important, 2 cans of methanol, spare set of wheel and tires.
How much is methanol going? Okay.
I have a really good question. And a clean Idaho title. We haven't had an Idaho title.
I mean, what do you got to do in Idaho to get a dirty title?
I'm guessing it's an LLC import state, very similar to Montana. I could be wrong there. The sport seats are, of course, Recaros. It's got the ZL1 branded Brembo calipers, 6200 red line. Rotofab. It has not been dynoed, so we're not getting any numbers. Obviously, the LS in this thing is detuned from the Corvette, obviously, because for the same reason the Cayman couldn't have as good an engine as the 911, you can't put your You can't put your big engine in the Camaro SKU. You got to figure out which one of these two went for more, and this is not an easy one.
This is a heartbreaker because I'm gonna say like it's probably the Camaro, but from pure vibes, I have to choose my favorite Matchbox car, the Plymouth Prowler, especially the black tie edition.
And what color was the perfect Prowler color?
Oh, purple.
It was the purple.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think everyone had this Matchbox car.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going
But
with
it's
the
probably the Camaro. I'm hedging my bet, so I'm not embarrassed, but I have to choose the Prowler.
All right. For what it's worth, I would also make that emotional decision.
Yeah.
Because look at it. It's
Look
a
at
pristine black tie Prowler. It's gorgeous. That car has held up like almost no other car from that era. And like it was
If you want to
avant-garde at the
snap
time.
necks, you're gonna do way more of that in the Prowler than you would in the Camaro.
You're just going to annoy people in
Yeah.
the Camaro. Let's see how much you get annoyed.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
It was the Camaro
Yeah.
by a healthy $12,000 buffer here, which is
I feel strong in my value system though.
no, that's okay. I think you did what you felt was best, and we can't hold that against anyone. Thank you for playing Space Peonies.
Not that, at least.
I don't know why I just gave you the point. I did you erase the point. What am I doing?
It's my social engineering.
This is my. I was so sympathetic to your heart of hearts. Thank you, and do me a
Yes.
favor and bring me some drivers
Bring
because
everybody out.
it's about that time.
Oh, they already knew.
They knew before I flashed the danger lights.